Here we are. We're at my farm in Olowalu, and I want to point out what's going on over my shoulder over here. We're going to talk about this temporary site that they're recommending be a permanent site, and we need to get this into community discussions because everyone's driving right by it, but I don't know if they realize what's happening. And you can see the road behind me there, and we're going to show you a bunch of video and what's actually happening here. So if you feel like it's not right and you understand the ramifications of this, then you need to let it be known, because the county does not seem to know this, and they seem to think that the community supports this being put here. And so we're going to try to go through this, and this is a bit of community information that we're trying to put out to you right now. I say this with all humility. I don't mean to speak for anyone else. I'm simply putting it out there because I believe there needs to be a large discussion which involves our entire community, and especially Kanaka Maoli and all of the kupuna, because we need to hear what our community actually wants to happen. This could have repercussions far beyond what people think. And a few hundred yards from our most precious resource, the ocean, and these are the type of toxins that find themselves into the food chain and are what are destroying our ocean. So why are we going to take a chance with putting it right next to it on a cinder pit that's some of the most permeable stuff we know about? And right where I'm standing right here, actually closer to where the red flags are there's an underground stream that runs through here. There's another underground stream that runs right through the other side of it. This is all mapped out in fact. So we need to make these decisions based on these facts and not some of the stuff we're being told.
West Maui families are protesting in opposition to a proposed dump site for toxic fire debris south of Lahaina. Our Chelsea Davis is in Olowalu with both sides tonight.
I'm right off of Honopi'ilani Highway in Olowalu. The protesters are all gone, but their signs are still out here. You can see them behind me. They say, think of future generations and Malama'aina. They were out here since 8 o'clock this morning, and earlier today, there were hundreds of them. Take a look and listen. They chanted and went all the way up to the location of the temporary dump site for the wildfire debris. And it's also one of the 8 potential locations for the permanent site. But opponents fear the temporary location will inevitably turn into the permanent location, especially since a permanent site hasn't been picked yet. They say the debris being brought into Olowalu is toxic and harmful to people and the environment. Plus, they say the land there is sacred and filled with iwi kupuna, ahu, and hail.
This place gets windy. This place is really close to the ocean. So I think we need to have a little bit more time to find some different solutions that will work for everybody.
There has been the option brought to our attention about shipping the debris off to Kaho'olawe for those who don't want it at Olowalu or anywhere else on this island. And I think it's important to understand that that would also mean putting it within our channels between Maui and Kaho'olawe and placing it on an island that so many have been working hard over the decades to restore it.
County officials say it's important to remove the ash and debris from Lahaina as quickly as possible so the rebuilding process can begin. And again, they want to remind everyone that this is just a temporary site. They say a permanent location has not been chosen yet. They say the cost to take 400,000 pounds of debris off island will take years and billions of dollars. They say there are residents who want it on island because the ash and the debris could contain loved ones and human remains. They agree there is no perfect site. There is a special council meeting on this very topic next week, Tuesday, January 2nd at 9 a.m. and the public is welcome to testify. Reporting in Olowalu, Chelsea Davis, Hawaii News Now.
So I thank you for your time.
So you guys are going to find on the fact sheet 5 different options that we've spelled out, just as people in the community. Like I said, I'm a farmer. There's a lot more brilliant minds in our community than me that can put another 10 of them up there. But first off, the county told everyone that FEMA would not take it off the island. I had the head FEMA guy in my office, And he wasn't super nice at the moment, and we had some words. And he admits 100% that FEMA will take it off the island. It's not even an issue. I was texted from one of the meetings from some of the people in the mayor's circle that they are now aware of this 100%. They know that they will pay to take it to its final destination, wherever that is. So if we know that, and again, like I spoke before, I just want to bring it fresh to your minds, but if they're gonna wrap it in these burritos, then dump it in the wind open, and then dig that up, poison this place to take it to a permanent site, why not do that in Lahaina, wrap it tight enough where you have the proper way, wash the trucks before you transport. We have data that shows that all of these things combined, everything screams no. Everything screams stop. Take a look, put the brakes on. Don't make a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Let all the bright minds come in. So those solutions are on the scan to make your question answered as well. They're on the paperwork where you guys are going to sign up. This is an area to educate you so that you can start digging further than us. Tell us we're wrong if you find it. Look at the options we put forward, and all of you folks move forward with more exploration to build on that, and let your county council and your mayor know that this is not what we want as a community. We're going to be there as long as it takes to stop this from happening and to educate those in our community who don't know of this yet and are unaware of the facts. So thank you. Aloha.
And without the water, there is no blood. We don't live. So if they kill this water that runs beneath malalo ke aina, ikapu'u awaloa ahupua'a, we're done. So this kind of action, this is awesome. I want you guys to do something for me. So we're gonna just touch the person to your right. Just touch the person to your right. Touch the person to your right. And you guys are gonna do a breathing exercise. This exercise is really important to collecting mana and breathing mana. You're gonna do this 3 times. Why do we do this? Because the plants do it every day. They draw mana from the soil and from the water, and then they breathe it out to us. The plants want us to live. And if we ho'omalama na la'au, if we take care of all the plants that are growing, it can give us the mana. See, even the gas company with us. Watch this. Makakau. Take a deep breath. Think about Olowalu. Breathe out. Breathe in. Think about pu'uhonua, because that is what Olowalu is. Pu'uhonua. Ooh, I feel it. Last breath. Breathe in. Think aloha. He nakfuna himoyaki ain. He kupa anu mako akiaba. Haviakuno ikelo. He kiolo no inakfuna himoyakai. Kapu'oalu. Iano kapu'ohonua olu hie. Iano ikawa. He vai kumakai. He makai ki olo no makua hie. Aho obo mai kai mena ho ilina hua ana ike aina. Hua no. Iki koko aki no aka ike o iai no mako. O pilino iko hana ua hiki mai akai kua han. Hakuia uma o aki he buko a. He ino akalele. He lele a kāna pali a kākulua a hono kai hono kawa kākulua. Ua pilino mako aki aina he hia ino ina kupuna. He kupuna no iki aina. He aina no iki ali. He kawa no kanaka kaina. The land is chief and we are the servants. Yeah. We live. Yeah. Mahalo. Mahalo. I don't know how many of you saw, but I did kind of post a last minute post to ha'i, or to kahea all the ohana from this place. We have ka'awai, ka'ahui, mahulu, kalai, paihala, ka'ili la'au, ka'ili la'au, just to mention a few. I thought it was important to put that kahea out to them to let them know that if they come to this gathering, they're going to see other extended members of the ohana who share the same passion, the same aloha, the same ike oya iko about what we need to do to ensure that this place stays sacred. If we're going to call this sacred space, then let's treat it like a sacred space. And one of the keys, the evidence to really recognizing and appreciating that is when I don't know how many of you have driven past this place for the last year, we saw that it was just a barren wasteland. And then some crazy visionary from Molokai came, and he saw something else many of us didn't see. He saw the Aina living and breathing, arising from the soil. So with shovel and pick in hand, he started his work, and others who saw what he was doing thought he was just as crazy as the rest of us. But they came and they started putting shovel and pick into the ground. And when they dig, they could feel the land breathe and reciprocate her mana. Now look, this place is thriving. Even after the fires have scorched the land many, many times, the trees are breathing. I ho'oha uli no, nā la'au, hua noi ke aina o Olowalu. Olowalu, for those of you who don't know, is actually a pu'uhonua. So everybody say pu'uhonua. A pu'uhonua is a place of refuge. This is a sanctuary space. This is a place where in the old days, many of the Kanaka who had no other option but to run for their lives, whether they violated a kapu or did something that wasn't pono in the community, they came here, found refuge. Not even the king could accost them once they came into a pu'uhonua. This was a pu'uhonua in 1790 when Simon Metcalf and his men came out here because they wanted to make an example of the people of Olowalu. And rather than trade from this side, they had the people trade on the other side and open fire on 100 men, women, and children. For those who were on the shore, it was their task to go gather them and to retrieve their iwi and scatter the iwi all across this aina so that they would never be desecrated. If you are like me, and I know you are because you wouldn't be here today if you weren't. If you are like me, you can feel the heartbeat of all the kupuna who sleep in this land. That's what part of the chant was. The chant was, to the kupuna who rests here, know that we are gathered for you. U'aula no, o ko'apau. You have lived, you have loved, you have breathed before us. And now we are here. We need your mana. We're not going to do this alone. I know there are at least 1,000 kupuna sleeping in this space who don't want their bones desecrated or removed or adversely affected by the chemicals and toxins that will leach from this space. If we allow them to continue to do it, then we are accountable. So, with that said, ka kau kaleka, share your mana'o, write your letters, send it out to all of the leaders, all of them. Even all the way up to the governor's office. Kakao, e hoi ke aku no. Testify of your aloha for this place and that you feel mana in this place and you feel that this place is worthy of my contributions as a kia'i to guard, protect, and preserve what is left as a legacy for those to.
That's what we need to fight to do, but they're just going to be eager to make money and desecrate this beautiful area. It really hurts my heart to think of that we're not thinking of the 7 generations forward when thinking backwards. We are the ones that the ancestors thought about, danced about, sang about. They wondered about us, and I think we owe it to the forward generations to think about them too. Thank you.
have the ability to show the world that it's time to begin to do things right, to become accountable and responsible for each and every one of us as human beings living here on the planet. And we have an opportunity to do that right now, especially here, bringing all this waste. So to take toxic waste from one spot and dump it in another is ridiculous. It should be taken care of in the place it was created. And they have the technologies now that she was just talking about to be able to transmute and transform these waste, which is really just the byproduct of a fire. And that's the proper way I see it. But regardless, bringing in this waste here and burying it is not a solution on any level. It's just going to cause another problem we have to take care of. The time now is to solve our problems, not create problems. So regardless, bringing this waste here is just going to be a waste of time.
Much of what we all want to talk about. All right, water is wet. We know that. All right, God bless them. If we could bring Helen Keller and Stevie Wonder back and ask them, did you find the worst place on Maui to possibly put the toxic material? They could point over there and say, you can see that that's the worst place. All right, and it is. So let's stay focused, just like that young man said. All right, they will. If we start talking about other things, the powers that be will use that as the distraction, all right, to point to people and say, oh, they're crazy. Don't listen to them. Well, they're all crazy, all right? We need to stay focused on stopping this right now, all right? And I have to tell you, all right, I'm sorry, but the Aloha spirit may not get it done, all right? It may need to be somebody getting out in the road and just saying, hey, I dropped my keys. It's going to take me a few minutes to pick it up. All right? Where are all the Hawaiian kids in their big trucks?
We have 11 ecosystems here just on Maui. There's no more diverse place on the planet than these beautiful islands. They are sacred. We have to protect them for the world. And we have a really, really, thank you for showing up, because we have a really big responsibility of Kuleana right here. Every one of you showed up after Christmas Day in the morning to be here. Bless you all. Thank you. Everywhere, but there are beautiful people that have been scientists, Hawaiians, collecting mycelium from the upper Ahupua'a ever since the fire happened. They have been collecting, and they are prepared to seed like every batch of burrito that we do, so that gets seeded. The mycelium will heal itself. They will eat the toxins, so we can do so many different things. They're willing to spray it on every property. And again, yeah, someone spoke, like the Army Corps of Engineers or the people that are in charge say, oh, we can't take that much time. No, we have to do this. That's what makes me crazy. Like, we don't have time to put mycelium on the ground. What? Okay. And oh, it's not effective. No. We have to pull every resource possible. We have to show that it is effective. It is. It's been proven. Dumping stuff in the ground and leaving it and praying to God it doesn't leach into the ocean is archaic. It's ridiculous. We do not need to do this anymore. And pray that it's irresponsible. And we have the new technology. You guys, we are creating a new Earth together. We can be the example right here on Maui for the rest of the planet. We can be the example for the world and how it's done correct. And unity is it. So we definitely need to align with each other and not against each other, and stay focused on this. Lastly, I'll just say that it was offered. I heard after the meeting that this biochar company was willing to build a facility on their own dime next to wherever all of this stuff is gathered and protected. And they were willing to do that. And they are also it takes about a year. They need about 100 acres to build a facility. They were going to build it on their own dime. And once it's built, it takes about a year to process and make
We live in the time of our lives. And of all the things you could do today, maybe more important or not more important, maybe there are things you needed to take care of today or things you wanted to do, and instead you chose to take the time of your life today to show up and to show up here now. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Aloha. I want to second that. I want to thank every person that came here. And I just want to point out that this is the beginning, and this is where we have to start. We cannot wait until those trucks come. We did that on Haleakala. That's not going to work. We can't wait till those trucks come full of that ash to block the road. So we need to start now. We need to organize and come up with a plan. Thank you.
Luna, go ahead and line up back there, everybody. Eddy is going to make sure that the way is clear for us. We're going to just do a short processional. I like this suggestion, man. Stop traffic. This is awesome. You really want to get their attention? Yeah? All right. Makakao? All right, let's go ahead and start lining up, everybody. You ready? Show me. Let's go.
Lana will tell you right here as well, makahiki, and with protocol for that, everyone needs to be really peaceful and conduct themselves peacefully. I cannot stress that enough to everyone here. Okay, yeah, and excuse me, what we're going to do is we're going to take you up to where it's really obvious that these cultural sites, whether they be Ahu, Koa, or Heiau, they are cultural sites that need that respect, and the area to get to them has already been bulldozed. And what's going to happen is more, and you guys just need this. Anybody wants to see the scope of it with their own eyes, and to see the protocol for the Kanaka is to go visit their ancestors. So please respect that. And we didn't want to omit anyone from this crowd who also wants to come up there. So we want to be able to walk up there as one peacefully and with respect, so that we can move this forward. I just wanted to say that note. I don't know if there's anything else, but we're going to start off by taking the kupuna up close in the car, and then we can follow behind the car. So I would even recommend that folks, everybody who's able-bodied, start walking that way to the entrance, and we're going to make our way down there, and we're going to take the kupuna. If you feel like you do not want to go in there and you want to sit here, you're welcome to hang out anywhere here. Out to you folks that, because what I am is an observationist, and then things get past if we don't observe, and we will miss them. And what I want to point out to you guys is what they've desecrated, what they've pushed out of the way. You'll notice they did not take toxic materials that were already there off-site or throw them. There's tires piled within the rubble. There's old cars. There's plastic. There's stuff that's almost as bad as what they're going to dump underneath the liner and piled around it. So take those observations, take pictures yourselves. Yep. Look and see all the opala, which is trash, that's just dumped everywhere in layers. And so if you're going to come up and you're going to do this right, then your track record should be set. I want everyone also on the way up, when you guys are walking in at the entrance to the dump, you're going to see that Alpha does not have any erosion barriers in place, where the water is actually dripping. They have a poor excuse for some on a drain that's below it, what it doesn't go into. We've taken video every single rain. Their truck has been left there for days, every night, leaking out 2,000 or 3,000 gallons on a spot where there was burnt cars. We are currently testing that material and expect to find high dioxins in that. So if you guys are going to make this a site, then clean up the mess that's already there, because that's just going to leach from under it as well. I want you guys to look at the details of what's going on. We have a piece of the liner, we have the felt, we have all the specs, but I want you guys to see for your own eyes what's happening with that. and pay attention to the opala around it.
And say aloha to our ancestors.
Yeah, and do not address any of the workers. Do if respectful, hi, but nothing else. We do not want any pilikia here. We do not want any trouble, any problems. We want to be able to observe and make a statement to the administration that our community is against this. So I cannot stress that enough. I'm going to get off here.
Again, what they're going to do, what we're doing now is, if you want to actually see the dump site and what they're doing, that's what we're doing now. If people want to see it, the workers are going to allow us to go up there right now.
They have to.
They have to, you know. But then again, reminded, don't try to engage with any of the workers or anything. Just, you know, go about our way and do what we have to do.
Yeah.
There'll be time for that later. But focus your energy on who needs to be, who needs to hear these things. They don't.
And also, do not go beyond where the kupuna are going. Do not wander off in the site and put our movement in any kind of it. Stay as a group and let the kupuna and whoever's in charge decide how far we'll go.
The access that's being granted is being granted because there are people here among us who have access to that through their lineage, and they have to be allowed up there to the sacred site where all these where all the EV is. So that's what's going on right now, just to give you a little clearer picture. So if you want to, please take a look up there. You can see for yourself, and like she said, it's heartbreaking.
Yes, I'm going to ask him for the respect to stop the machine so we can hear.
We mahalo you for giving us the breath of life, blessing all of us as beautiful, gifted, intelligent contributors in this cause to protect and preserve the legacy that our kupuna have left unto us, that we might pass this legacy on to our keiki, our mo'o, and to all uahana ia mai I ka wā mahope, to those who will be born in the time to come. We petition you, he vehe vehe no ike au akalani, open and part the clouds in the heavens, pour out your Spirit abundantly upon us, that we might be inspired from on high to seek out that which is truth, that we might enrich one another, educate, empower, and elevate one another, that we move together as the body of one in the kapu that is aloha.
Probably sit at the cornerstone of probably one of the most important decisions to be made in the next 100 years. And I say that because of the shelf life of these toxins. Super sharp cinder. Look at their pit right now. They're about ready to throw down a piece of felt, which I'll show you guys, and an 80 mil rough side liner. We have all the specs. Been built for the right of entry that was given last week on the second TMK. It borders it. You see the work they've scraped off the side of the mountain there? Illegal, just on that level. So we want to show that. But I also want to show that where you see that mountain coming down and you see the hill they took off to build this here. And what was here, it's almost hard to even see it anymore. But that structure, that sacred site on the top of that corner, synchronizes with another one on the other ridge. The trail always has been right where those guys are standing right now. We watched them over the last month desecrate the entire thing. This is a ridge that used to reach to right here. That is no longer available for the kupuna to visit these sites. Wow. Not to mention that, once it's poison, they will never be able to visit them again, ever. It's done. Those poisons with 50-mile-an-hour winds, the wind blows right here. We can show you the dust tests and everything else with it. What is totally unacceptable, we need to demand the diagram for this. No one has been able to show it to us. Apparently the mayor has not even seen it. There's something to be said for that. It's totally different than what they planned. They've shown us a reservoir only here, and I want to point out that if you look on our data sheet, we're going to show you really clear with GPS that in order for them to put a permanent site here, they have to lose that entire mountain. Wow. And I also want to point out that on their data they gave you, it marks that cultural site right on the edge of the liner. So the mass that they're going to have to take off of here, and you say, no, there's no way they could do it. But look at our shots from December 4th till now. There was an entire mountain there. If you look on the other side of that, do you guys see a retainer wall? No. Do you see any concrete, any structural engineering besides a mound on dirt? Zero. I built 5-acre reservoirs. I built from this company, Geotech. They have failed again and again and again. When you see how thick the liner is, that it actually gets air bubbles underneath it, look at them for yourselves. If you walk under it, you can feel the sharp cinder under it. The first time one of their machines goes to drop a burrito, it is compromised, not if. Force them to show you. We will show you their data, their installation sheets. This is sloppy work. All of you who are scientists in this crowd and have the better data, help us build the data more. We need to demand those diagrams, and I don't really have a lot more to say on it, but just look for yourself. Look in the hill there, the amount of trash, tires. They didn't pull none of it, they just moved it out of the way. If we dig in here anywhere, it's loaded with trash. So we think you'd come in, you're going to do this. Now, a temporary site. You've destroyed the mountain. What is temporary about this? 8 feet of subsoil. That's low permeability. You guys want to be armed with these facts. This is as permeable as material gets. Period.
You get a big rain.
You get a leak in the leachate, it's going into the ground.
Will be there. It's compacted. It's hard.
So the water table, I want to show you guys. See what's behind you guys? This is the old dump site. And that's why they're saying, oh, the land's toxic already. The reason they didn't put the dump site on this was because they knew this was not the spot for it. They knew the cultural sites were here. You want to know why an archaeological report has never been done on here? Because the county, the state, the dump has been in charge of it for so long before people were akamai that we demand and that we deserve and that the kupuna and the kanaka need this. And you should not touch anything without an archaeological report. The most prominent feature in the entire area. No reports, nothing. So if we look at that, and we have to demand that. Again, I don't know what else to say about it, really. You guys have to make those decisions. But with all of it in it, call the mayor, County Minson. I cannot stress enough, the meeting on January 2nd in Wailuku at the County Council Chambers. We've been deflated because we haven't been allowed to speak. We will demand that we all get to speak at that. If we show up in the numbers, not only you, bring your family, bring everyone. We need to overwhelm that meeting and really show that our community is on it. If you see people here that should be here and they aren't, share with them what's going on. Show them yourselves. And
What time? 9 a.m.?
I think it's at 9 a.m. on the 22nd, or no, on the 2nd of January. It's in the County Council Chambers in Wailuku.
So you can, our county council passed that for the mayor to have the ability to go into agreement with the federal government for that. And that was a special meeting. They decided that they need to have another meeting, which is this one, which is not going to be blasted out and everything, because one of their excuses was, well, nobody really showed up. Okay, no, I'm serious. It was spoken out of the county council's mouths. With one of the excuses that their uhanes have and put on as why. Okay, so they created this meeting January 2nd. It's a discussion forum, further information. They promised the mayor would be present for that meeting.
How about Tamara Powell? Will she be there?
She will be there.
Thank you.
As well as everybody else, because why? That's their kuleana to do that too, and it's also their kuleana that is our kuleana to hold them accountable, for the wrongs that they have already done, and to stop them in their tracks from what can be done.
Why wasn't she there at the last meeting?
Said, we asked them in the discussion before they voted, in regards to mycology and fungi, they said, what is it? You know their answer? We started it. We started preparing for that to be taken care of in the burn site. But because of you guys pointing city, county council, you guys wanting this fast-tracked option, that has been tabled. Okay? And it is appalling. And these are people, mind you, that we see in our community. You think we're just going to be okay? No. How can we? No. We can't. And they need to be held accountable. So if you remember, and it's in the Tales of the Land, the Battle of Olowalu. Remember the Battle of Olowalu? What happened? It was one of the most bloodiest battles in the history of Hawaii.
They were jumping off.
Kaikili, the warrior king of Maui.
They were jumping off the cliffs.
These rivers ran red with their blood. The oceans were red. The Battle of Olowalu. Here.
All the deaths.
So sacred and profound in our culture and in the history. And now, for the bulldozers to be going behind us, all of that, and it's not only the iwi that are right here in this ahu, and within this ahupua, it's the mana and the souls of all. And that's what needs to be remembered. And that's what we stand for. And just know that we are the rainbow people. It does not matter what color your skin is.
Aloha is our
If you have aloha, that ha, that breath of life, we are, each and every one of us is born with that. So long as we use it in a pono way, you are within aloha and in love. So don't fall for any of that stuff. We stand in solidarity, and we are the rainbow people.
Tears in my eyes, so where do I start? It seems like everything is falling apart. Blue canvas sky, but something painted it dark. From the ashes there will grow a garden of hearts. There was no warning, no alarm. Lost everything, but not our faith in God. That's why He sent His only Son to save this holy ground we're standing on. Won't you stand with the Lahaina? Oh, Hana. A million tears for you. Won't you stand with the Lahaina? Oh, Hana. Until the skies are blue. Something just ain't right, the way they cover their own. Feels like they wanted this land all along. Can't put a dollar sign on everything we own. Oh, Mr. Greed, just know you reap what you sow. Won't you stand with the Lahaina? Oh, Hana. A million tears for you. Won't you stand with the Lahaina? Oh, Hana. Until the skies are blue.
A beautiful place on the island of Maui.
Maui, Hawaii.
Maui. Maui. Maui.
Maui.
Maui. Maui's most called paradise on Earth has been tragically reduced to ashes.
There is a house built out of stone. With flowers, walls, and window sills. Tables and chairs worn by all of the dust. This is a place where I feel at home.
This is going out to the whole wide west side. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Break it down for me. Steady Molly, rock on. I was just a young boy living in the hub city, Eastside Compton. Like in the days when Ice Cube and Easy had everybody yelling out, boy, you can't with me. Remember Ice-T at the power. Gunshots licking by the hour. We're too short, bumped in every super spot, and told us all how to ride for the West Coast. My people, if you hear me where you at, throw your gloves in the air and wave them like you just don't care. From LA to the Bay, what you say? All day, every day, any damn day. Take a look around, we got the whole world locked down. Going on and on, and don't stop, won't stop, can't stop the ride down. That's why I put it down for the West Side. That long ago, no, you were still in 40s out the liquor store. No, Mama started drinking, so it's time to go out to the park with the locusts. Everybody broke, so it's roaches. DJ Quick was the lick, and everybody trying to be from the CPT. You'll remember one time tried to clown. We had to burn the whole thing down. One time for my homies in incarceration. I blaze a dime with you for having lots of patience. Two times for my sisters at the county building. I got some Westside love for all the ghetto children. 3 times for my homies that have passed away. Cheer for you and pray for better days. One day everything's gonna be fine. But until that day, my only reply is Westside till I'm die. Where you at? Throw your gloves in the air, wave them like you just don't care. From LA to the Bay, what you say? All day, every day, any damn day. Take a look around, got the whole world locked down, going on and don't stop, won't stop, can't stop the ride or die. Got to give it up for the West Side. From Crenshaw to Foothill Boulevard, all I see is rollers and mob cars, Dayton's and Bob's. All the true hogs is hitting switches with all the finest riches. Across the bounce chickens, don't get it twisted. Ask me what's a real G. Show me your grabbing back against the wall until his knuckles bleed. Screaming death to all our enemies and those who don't believe. West Coast living be the best to me. One time for my homies in incarceration. I blaze a dime with you for having lots of patience. 2 times for my sisters at the county building. I got some love for all your little ghetto children. 3 times for my homies that done passed away. I took some cheer for you and pray for better days. One day everything's gonna be fine. But until that day, my only reply is day, all day, every day, any damn day. We got the whole world locked down, going on and on, and on. Won't stop, can't stop, ride or die. You gotta give it up for the West Side.
Dedicated to Eric Easy Right, Tupac Shakur, rest in peace, homies.
So far from hanging on the top of the door. Notorious, they got to know that life ain't always what it seemed to be. Words can't express what you mean to me. Even though you're gone, you're still a team. Through your family, I'll fulfill your dreams. In the future, can't wait to see if you open up the gates for me. Reminisce sometime, like they took my friend. Try to black it out, but it plays again. When it's real, feeling's hard to conceal. Can't imagine all the pain I feel. Give anything to hear half your breath. I know you're still living your life after death. Every move I make, every single day, every time I pray, I'll be missing you. Thinking of